Hello and welcome. Let's see how the stream will go. I have DOSBOX and I have QBASIC. Actually, QBASIC, that's a version that was shipped, I believe, with MS-DOS. So it doesn't have a compiler, but it is exactly the thing that I was using for a few years just to flunk around and yeah, stuff like that. Let's see. The days of old glory. Sadly, I haven't got for you old programs, cause yeah, my old hard drive, DOS hard drive, died years and years ago. That was like corner peripherals 270 megabyte thing that was pretty old even by the time I started using it, and I used like ZX Spectrum clone until I think 2001 or maybe 2002, something like that. So you know, I was pretty slow to upgrade, but still, yeah, let's set up basic stuff. Maybe like that. Screen mode. These days you can use actually a project that is called QBASIC or maybe QB64. You can Google for it. That's a modern reincarnation that is QBASIC inspired, but it has a lot more features, but it also mostly compatible with the old QBASIC. And there was a QBASIC version with a proper compiler. Well, not so much proper, but you could compile your program into executable file and yeah, use it like that. Let me see. Screen modes. We have various screen modes, but I believe I'll be using something along 16 probably colors, and yeah, this one will do 320 by 216 colors, because we have square pixels and square actually character boxes, which is more important since it will be an ASCII sort of game. So 7, and for now like that. No, actually I want to make a labyrinth crawler of sort, maybe even with enemies, but I think I'll make it turn-based. So in QBASIC you can actually use labels like in Pascal, so you can put it when you need them and not just number every freaking line. And that's also useful, but let's save what we have for now, and we'll be saving quite often, not to lose results. So how do we call it actually? How about dark crawler maybe? Of course we are in DOS, so I can only afford 8 symbols, 8 characters per file name. So we need an intro screen. Not a high quality programming actually, but you know. I think we need a procedure to put stuff on screen at the center horizontally. Of course I could just calculate it manually, but that would probably suck. So here, and let me see. Yeah, we will have eventually a few subroutines in here. For example, we will call it maybe like that, and we probably need our message, obviously. Yeah, and other lines. So how about and I have only pretty much I would say hello world experience with any sort of C. Well, we'll not be taking it seriously, so you won't need a lot of comments, I don't think. Usually you would put something so you wouldn't forget what you're coding, and and I forgot most of those stuff, but I will hopefully remember with the help of this help section. How do you call it? Yeah, that's how it's shortened. Hello, Specky. Nice to see you here. And we even have a clipboard here. Control Shift and Shift Insert. Yeah, Shift Insert and Control Insert. Sorry. And it works like that in Windows still, at least in 7. So, locate. Like this. And here we need to calculate that sort of stuff. Actually, that's too long. And like that, and print. Yeah, I will shorten it. Let's try to use it. No. Maybe I'm just an idiot. Most of the time. Yeah, actually, I am. It's not quite centered, though. Yeah, it's 0.74, I believe, the latest version. 3000 cycles and that sort of stuff. So we have it here. Let me see. Or maybe actually, how about yeah, that doesn't work, obviously, and oh yeah, of course it doesn't work. Once again, I don't call it bootleg code for nothing. Now it is. Maybe not necessarily this sort of characters. Actually, yeah. How about a lot of sharps? Yeah, I have even better idea. I want to make it of a different color, so I will just print a backdrop, and here we'll make this, and I could actually integrate a color right into here, right? Yeah, it's not a bad idea. So, color like that, and yeah, why not? So for dark color we want probably gray for the frame, if I can remember the number of gray. That's 7, 8. Let's check this out. No, not exactly in place. And maybe like that. Let's see. It's not the best colors. Maybe I would use green instead. Which is something along... no. Yeah, look, it's turned off. That's my problem. It's not exactly dark. And basic green, like... yeah, I guess that will do for the moment. No, probably like 20. And we can eventually put some sort of information, basic information about the game, to at least tell what blocks are. Yeah, sure. So like that, and we will make a little loop. Oh, yeah, by the way, it should be actually here. Yeah, I will just do that. And now if that equals actually no, for any key not equals nothing, then we will go to not necessarily engine cycle, but maybe like pre-engine. If I need to set something up before I will actually start the loop, and I probably will need to do that. So we need basic controls and we need enemies controls, and we need at least one level to start with, right? So we could interpret it and identify different stuff by just you know, implementing codes for characters and stuff like that, but since it's a simple thing, we probably just need something much easier. How about just a set of strings, and then we'll just analyze what's happening on screen mostly. That's my idea. Yeah, at least I want to set something up like world 1. So yeah, fun of creating levels. I don't have level editor, so I have to map right here. So probably like 20 lines will do, or maybe 18. To have couple lines before that, and I believe if you print anything in the last line or couple last lines of the screen at the bottom, it will scroll. So that's not very good. Yeah, of course, you don't do that right here. And yeah, I need like yeah, like that. Actually, instead of naming it like that, I think we can do two-dimensional like dimension. Probably, if that's how you're addressing it. I will test it. For now, just a couple of them, I guess, just to test it. Yeah. So let me see. Just to be sure that it will work correctly. Yeah, I'm interpreting it just right, and that's very well, because I will be able to address levels more adequately, if I will ever have more than one, that is. Now let's set up one of those. So I need 40 characters. Well, I was funking around with QBASIC and then just came to QBASIC, since it was something common, obviously. It's a basic dialect, but much more sophisticated. Well, maybe not so much more, but you have more different features here that are quite useful. Obviously, it doesn't have any like graphics support on a sprite level. So, for example, in QBASIC you don't have sprites too, but you have like area of 21, I believe, characters in your font, which you can redefine bit by bit, so you could have your micro like sprites, 8 by 8 pixels. They are not behaving like sprites, because it's like just a letter or character of your font with just different pixels inside. But you could at least use them instead of standard ASCII. In ZX Spectrum, that is. Here you can draw pixels, lines and circles and stuff, but I don't think it can sprites. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that depends on the version. I believe QBASIC should have QBASIC 64. QB64 should have something about that fixed, because it's modern-ish version for Windows. So just to see if I will get everything correctly, so that's like 19 and the last character should be 59, 58. Yeah, probably like that. Let's see. Yeah, nothing pushes itself too much, which is always a plus. Obviously, storing it like that is a huge waste of space in memory, because that's yeah, quite a lot for just a single tiny bit on the screen, a single block, and we will not be having like 20 of those blocks, or especially 256, but that's just much easier to represent them since we don't really have have level editor, so I could graphically see in the code how it looks. At least I want to place basic level structure like that, like walls and stuff. And actually, let's make insert. Yeah, but it's not a random generation. I will not be having 20 exactly the same lines over here. Almost every line is supposed to be different. You know, that's Labyrinth, not just blank sheet of some sort. Something like that. 20. I guess that should work. Let me see. Just to track stuff. VisualBasic.net, which is I also tried at some point, has more stuff to code properly, like Visual Studio, not a bad IDE, but we can't have this old school text mode. Well, not exactly text mode, but that sort of stuff in there. I could implement borders of the level just by comparing coordinates, obviously, but instead of doing that I will just put these characters sharps, and in the code I will set that no one can pass through the sharp, so it should work like that. It's easier for me. And we could do a scrolling thing, so the level could be theoretically larger than just one screen, but that would take even more memory, and we are in DOS, not in Windows. Well, in this sort of development environment. So I'll just stick with one screen. No, I need 2 more lines. Yeah, but now everything is slightly shifted, so we will be temporarily moving it like that just for my comfort. No, that's a bit too much. Time to save once again, and is still, yeah, we have everything in working order, I believe. Yeah, now let's come up with some sort of, not exactly organic level, but something usable. So we could have different characters, I guess, and different options for our world. For example, like that. No, obviously that's not freaking right. And like that, and just to identify it later in our a lot of lines of if and thens. I guess we'll just call it a star, right? How about maybe this? And enemy. Yeah, okay, I see. I just want to fix the other stuff. The enemy could be that. Well, I'm not into programming that much, that's not my job, and I was making weird things in Visual Basic, so I know that kinda well-ish, and I know a bit of C++, but I don't know, don't have a lot of knowledge programming-wise. That's why I call it Bootleg code, which is not exactly high quality, but it mostly works. And of course I know some HTML and CSS, but that's not a programming language, right? That's a markup language. If you can't make any calculations with it, it's not so much about programming, right? Even though some folks, some honorable and respectable folks are stating otherwise. I don't think that's correct, in my opinion. I was talking about HTML. If it's just for markup, if it's not for calculations, then it's not programming. So we will be using this, and let's see. Would be much easier to just have everything on the top, right? I wanted to initially put score and stuff like that on the top side, but it would make a shift, at least a line or two. So to make things even easier, I will put that at the bottom. So I could just interpret screen coordinates like level coordinates, especially for placing these elements. I remember doing shitty like personal pages in maybe 2006 or 2005. They are less shitty at this moment, and I have my website, which is LastofAvari.com, which is handcrafted, and it works. Even has a little bit of script to fetch news from text file. It's not sophisticated, but I just have things exactly in a way I want them, and of course I could put WordPress template, and yeah, you can do that in literally a minute or two on any shared hosting provider, but I wouldn't be able to manipulate it in a way I want, because I'm not that much of a PHP expert. So let's just have different rooms to begin with, right? That's okay. I just want to like scale it. Maybe like 5. Let me see if I can have rooms of kind the same-ish dimension, at least some of them. They don't have to be all symmetrical, but it just will look better. No, don't delete, dummy, if you're in a different insert mode. That's like 3, so we could have like let me see, like that probably. Yeah, just a larger space in the middle. Of course, we'll be trying to put different blocks in different colors. That's why I don't want to put just everything straight away on the map. Yeah, I think that's not looking badly, and of course that will be not stretched like that, since here we have like 8 by 16 characters. I mean pixels for characters, so that's not entirely representative. How about actually maybe that, and roughly like that. I will put doors again. I just want to set up coordinates for them. Or maybe I could just print it character by character, and then judging by what character I'm printing, I would just color it differently. That's also an option, actually. And that's much easier option, since I don't have to try to guess coordinates of which freaking block on the level, custom block. So maybe like this. And I want a few stars here, and a key to like open these pieces. Yeah, like that, mostly symmetrical for the moment. it looks a bit ridiculous and maybe considered to some extent sort of clone of Pac-Man. Not quite Pac-Man, but you know. It's not a commercial product, so it doesn't matter that much. Yeah, and we have like odd number of characters, so I can't center among I can't center on one line with just 2 of them. Well, that's fine. Let's see how it looks. Oh yeah, I haven't implemented this stuff yet, and since yeah, actually we could have a different subroutine to actually print it, because it will take a lot of code and I don't want to clutter this area of ours. It makes sense. How do we call it? Like maybe just print world. You don't have to make something that much sophisticated. Yes, and I want to be able to see my main code, so I will make everything, the basic structure of it in main program, and then we'll just copy paste it into subroutine. That's the plan. Can I print it like that when it's an array element? Because we have already 2 dimensions, like sets of strings, but I also need like a 3rd dimension, the position in the actual string. So locate like that's why right here. Yeah, that's y, and that's x, and print like current temp world, that will go there. Probably we need meat for that, right? Yeah, that makes sense to me. What's the format? I don't remember. Yeah, I'm not a professional programmer, so that's a lot of so-called Indian code over here, or how we call it over here also builder code, which is something that works, but not exactly high quality, not exactly the ultimate structure. So string and then start and then length. Right, okay. I'm fine with this. So length here and like this. For x equals 1 to 40, since we have a fixed level, I can just state it like that. And next x, and for y, I guess we could also put it in a fixed way, or like this. But I had actually worldmax y, so can as well use it. I guess worldmax y. I want it to be slightly shifted. Can I just do this? Yeah, I can. It simplifies a lot of things for the moment being, and I need to interpret colors right here. I don't remember if we have like case selects in QBASIC. With what I have to do, that will be actually quite useful. For now, I just will Google. Oh, actually, internally Google. Yeah, let's say that. Here, and let me see. Maybe we have referral or select case. Yeah, that's exactly what I need. Expression, and then cases, and else, and select. Yeah. Okay. So select case city world x1 and select, I believe. And now we have to actually properly set up our arrays, because we have structure here, right? So our y will be here, and here we have just a level, I guess, like city level. Yeah, I believe that's it. I think you can have like your variables with the same name in your main program and your subroutines, but we will see if that will work correctly. I could just add extra t, which I'm adding actually in some of this stuff. And here we need to swap it actually as well. And now a lot of cases. Yes. Case wall, case door, case key. I will drop enemies for now, or I can implement them here in drawing part, but I will not be doing anything with these guys. Yeah, wall, door, key, star, player, and enemy. Star. So, what should we color them? I guess like this gray isn't bad for walls, and something else could be brighter. Yeah, let's set it up right here. Like key color. And I don't like this order actually. I wanted to make more sense, so instead of this we will swap it around. Yeah, that's better. So that was like 9, I believe. And then if the door is opened, we can just destroy that part of the level, right? We don't have to keep it, since we don't have to close it again. Yeah, keyboard, especially on that Spectrum clone of my Spectrum Basic, wasn't that much fun. But we had like different variations of Basic which you could load into a memory. Then it will eat up some memory from your 128 or 48 kilobytes and extend Basic with different commands like sprites. For example, in Laser Basic you had advanced graphics and some other like Beta Basic, I guess that was a different thing with better structured stuff like proper subroutines. There were dialogues basically. But if you wanted to make something good, obviously you had to code it in assembly code, which I have 0 skills at. So maybe like that. Yeah, I forgot about that. Star can be light blue. Then-ish, maybe. And player can be just plain like bright white. That's like 15. And enemy can be reddish sort of color. We can make it just red, but will it be like too dark or not? I'm not sure. At this point, let's make it just red for the moment. We will not be using them straight away, so I guess that's a work for a different stream. I don't believe I will be able to put it all together in just 3 hours. So that's like 4. Let me see if I remember colors correctly. Just to begin with this, and just click it, and I will mostly navigate with the keyboard. It's just much easier to switch windows with a mouse cursor and not just F6. I don't have a decent way of capturing that footage. I don't have any complicated or any sort of capturing devices. I don't have really screens that I could like connect to. I have an old CRT TV, which kind of works, but with just RF signal. It's not exactly high quality. It's over. It's too bright, too heavy, not exactly that clear. So yeah, I have that spec, but to actually decently use it, you would have to put much more money, which I don't have. So mostly I have my spec for like just memorabilia, I guess you could say. Because it's cool to have original model, even if it's not so an original Amstrad model. After all those years of using clone locally produced in actually our town, my town. So colors, color values. I can't talk and think about programming at the same time, sorry. I'm not a Caesar of any sort. So 10 is light green, 7 white, 8 gray, and 9 light blue. Okay. And red is 4. So that's 8. That's 9. That's 4. And key is not actually 0. Maybe make it yellow? Let me see. What kinds of yellow we have? Probably only one kind of yellow, which is 14. Yeah. So high intensity, and that means that yellow is basically bright brown. Well, whatever works. And here we have finally set up all colors, and I think we have global stuff, if I'm not mistaken. No, we don't. I'll see if those values can be transferred automatically into our little subroutine. But for now we'll just do this. So color wall, color, yeah, like that, and a lot of different colors. Just put the base into here. I hope I can color it like that. So just swap T to actual thing, star, and player, and enemy. Yeah, that's a lot better and cleaner than just a lot of if-thens. I guess I can just put it right here, right? No, actually, to test it here I should Control insert, and instead of this, Shift insert, and then we can just delete it over here. Yeah, that sort of works. So if I set everything correctly, it should actually print level in proper colors, but probably it will not work, if I know myself. Oh, of course. And what's our values are? Out of range, X 1 to 40. That's start and that's length. Let me see what's happening. Can I type it like this? Print X, right? That's 1, but just 1, so it's insta crashes. Let me see. Position of the first character. Is string length counts as third dimension or something? Because I already checked that these are 2 rows of strings. It's not just 1 row and then it's not number the position in the row. It's just a different string. Because I saved a couple of different values in different rows and it was working exactly what I expected. And I needed to actually type character by character to analyze it, you know, correctly. Maybe I will Google stuff like mid function in 2-dimensional string arrays in QBASIC, if that's such a thing you can find on Google. Not exactly popular these days, right? Yeah, I will probably just do that. Mid and 2-dimensional string arrays in QBASIC. Quick basic summary: engineering, University of Maryland. That sort of stuff they still have over here, over there. Let me see. No, that's too basic. I need something. Maybe how to use mid function. Maybe just dimensional arrays. Or maybe just general page, like generic info about mid. Oh, actually, QB64 wiki. Let's see. They have some examples, but that's like not exactly what I need. Can I even do that, or I have to stick with placing stuff of different cards separately? I have this very nice idea, but maybe it will not work. I could make an array out of different characters, like, but I'm not sure that it will suit my needs, actually. How many dimensions can we have, actually, in one array? Should I put it just into... It doesn't really help. Oh, multi-dimensional arrays, let's see. Why is it out of range? Can't I address different characters of string if it's an array? By the way, which one of those subscripts? That would kinda help. I don't think it will tell me if I click help. That's just basic. Basic description. Oh yeah, it's probably maybe this. I mean, that depends on our option base, right? What's default option base over here? If I set city level to... Oh yeah, I'm an idiot, of course. I know what's incorrect. We don't have... that's not a correct array. So I have to control insert and let's put it into here and shift insert. No. Oh, okay, just I want to get rid of that crap. And what's the order? I guess city world and then city level. And all this stuff, maybe we should share this as well, like can I transfer a whole array into there? That's, well, that's an interesting question. I'm not sure, but we can try. So we can delete this sort of stuff, and we can just type call print world, if I can type, and kinda this sort of stuff. Let me see, can I just double click it? No, maybe it doesn't work like that. Yeah, we have to define it. So oh yeah, we can just put it through here actually. So instead of doing that, we have to create a shared array, I guess. So we can just implement a number, and then how do you operate shared arrays in QBASIC? I never used them before. Let me see. Oh, that's program. I don't have this program. So dim shared. In the module. And where do you put it? In the subroutine or in the main program? So I guess I will do this. And maybe I will transfer it to the main program later. Like, we can probably just copy it. Like that. That should work, probably. And now maybe I can access it from the main, from my subroutine. Let's see, so instead of city world, we will be actually using a proper world, just with city level. And we want to push all these colors, right, into there. So I want to make them shared as well. Oh, clicking not the right thing. Shared. Expected. Let's see. Variable as type, and yeah, that's separate declaration. Well, that's not exactly nice, but it would be much easier. Okay, just want to copy it. Illegal out of sub function. Okay, I guess. I could push it just like in parameters, but that's kind of silly. Can I make like global stuff. Global variables. Is it Shift F1? Yeah, probably. Maybe index. What do we have over here? So, yeah, probably I found it out. I don't actually need it. I think I'll just put shared before using the actual stuff, I think. But I have to test that, obviously. Can I just stick into here? Expected expression. I could just declare it right here. I actually. It's not like I have different colors for different stuff, like in between levels. Yeah, I know. Thank you. And like 3 more. Dungeon crawler sort of stuff. Walking around on turn-based systems game and collecting stars and unlocking doors with picked up keys, symbols, and maybe avoiding enemies at some point. Stars, player, and enemy. Let me see. Oh yeah, I no longer need to put it here. Yeah, they are hard-coded. So I need actually some debugging stuff. Okay, so this is getting through. That's already quite something. So at least we have the right colors. Right. And if we will have a shared world, maybe. It's not printing anything. Why? We have Y here and it's supposed to work fine. And city level is getting passed through that. Let me see. Allocate. Print. One, and that's getting through as well. So can I just print the whole thing, like at least to see if the data is getting through? Yeah, actually a little loop. One to 20. Just make things quickly. And world Y1. print and locate y1 like that, and let's see, set up the color manually, like I don't know, 7. Actually not here, don't have to put it every time. Let's see. Yeah, we're getting data through, so that's nice. That's not exactly all I need, but at least it's getting shared correctly. So that part works. I just don't see anything here. Right? X, what's X depends on? 1 to 40. And then 1 character out of that. If I will try to like put the first character of that in the same sort of way, like print it would like 1 like that with a standard color. Will it even print anything? Let's see. Yeah. So why is it not printing not stuff? Maybe I don't have things set up here in the correct way. No, that's exactly the same. What if I will just set up it? Oh yeah, probably. Old max y. I know. Probably it's because of that. Oh no, I can't declare it right here. I have to do that beforehand. Old max y, and then we will comment out this section instead of urms. Well, it prints it. It just ignores colors. But now we have actual stuff running, so that's nice. Let me add some indication. Okay, 21, 1 print no, I'm not using the right combo. That will do for now. So it's not selecting right here, maybe? I have to put it beforehand maybe, and how about doing that, just to be sure that we have something visible at all times. Yeah, I like how it looks. Now we just put it everywhere, but not quite everywhere, but you know. So we want to have it over here, and like that. So we're retaining the color, but actually seeing stuff. Something is not right. It's not typing anything. I guess cases are not working for some weird reason. Yeah, they're just not getting through. So here, maybe it can select like strings, but it should. And they're just one character, supposedly. Let me see. Case else, right? And then just print maybe print some sort of yeah, this part, to see what the problem is. Is it detecting the right thing? Oh yeah, I probably know what's the deal. I'm an idiot once again. And you probably already guessed what's wrong. I haven't shared, you know, actual, not just colors, but these sort of things. So I guess I can just copy it and then reduce it into something more sensible. And is it? Oh, it isn't. Shift, and I just do that. And now it should actually work. Now I can delete that. Right? Yeah. Let's comment it. Let me see. The main program should be alright, and let's save. Because control break doesn't work here. If you get stuck in a cycle or something like that, you'll not be able to get out, and folks are saying that you can use control scroll lock, but it crashes DOSBOX. Not crashes, but it just gets frozen. I tried it yesterday. Yay! Now actually it's quite slow. We could restart DOSBOX and set up more cycles, so for more powerful CPU, but that's alright. We have stuff of a different color, and that kind of feels fine. So now I can actually design the rest of the level. Yeah, 8-bit music is fine, chiptune and all that stuff, but the problem is that I don't want to get into trouble with content ID and stuff like that. Maybe I will just upload this recording onto my YouTube channel, which is LastofAvari, youtube.com/LastofAvari. And you know, YouTube is not exactly a safe place for content creators these days, so I have not used monetization, so that doesn't matter. I just don't want any content IDs and copyright strikes anyway. So I'm not sure if there's some sort of a Creative Commons music which is safe, that is produced by respectable authors which are not changing and switching their licenses every freaking year or so. Because I was using some music which I've got permission for, but the guy just at some point after a few years, I've already done those videos, and with permission he just started content IDing, or actually his publishing company started content IDing my videos, Minecraft videos, so I had to remove that music. So that was not a nice experience. So like that maybe. It would be nice to have a level editor, but that would take even more time to implement it in QBASIC or QBASIC. I believe I have QBASIC 4.5, which is the last version, or at least last available widely on the interwebs, that can compile stuff, but this version I think is kinda more predictable. So maybe more rooms, like we can have some large area, or just, you know, some sort of walls like these without any doors, so we could just walk around with potential enemies. It would actually make some sense, I guess. It's not the fanciest level, but supposedly, hopefully, it will work. No, I can't really put it in the middle, right? We have two lines or rows. Oh, that. Let me map it somewhat. Like maybe here, or actually I can leave it, I guess. How about this? Does it look okay? Does it look okay? Maybe. Let's see. Maybe I want to make a diagonal line, but it will not probably be that much fine. Let's see how it looks now. Well, I guess not that bad. And we can actually spawn the player inside of a central thingy. Just make a cutout, and then on a different side we could spawn the enemy or couple enemies. No, at some point, not now. So just get here and like maybe that. So just oh, no, I am not doing things right. Here and there. And we'll check these colors as well, because, you know, makes sense. And actually we can close it like this, so you would have to run around. And here we could just do things symmetrical. Maybe just a way out, and to get into this place. So to get every star you have to have one. Here we have already some stuff. You should only open one of these doors. And couple more keys, I guess. 3 more at this point. Let me see that I'm doing everything adequately. Yeah, and that's 2 more. Maybe like this. Yeah, that's not bad. And I can make cutouts here to put keys here. At some point we could implement traps, so you can't shoot stuff, but you can put a special character to the side of your player, which is here. And it will be deadly both for a player and enemy. And ideally I would want to enemies, these characters' ends, only track player's position if you are getting close to them. That's the idea. So these 2 rooms, and 1 more. Where do we put it? That's not the middle, and I want to be somewhat sensible. So Yeah, I guess I can do this. Make things slightly more tight. Yeah, I guess no one cares about QBASIC, especially my QBASIC skills, so it's actually pretty surprising that anything or actually happening here and quite a few people join, because usually like 2 or 3 at best persons watching this. And I'm not saying it's wrong, obviously everyone has his or her own preferences, and I'm not the most amazing, not the most interesting person, but yeah, thank you for joining. I really appreciate it. I guess I could have double keys and then just implement another door somewhere. Like... maybe here, that you can still screw up stuff. If you pick up one of those keys, you will be able to pick up 2 more. And then you will be able to unlock these 2 side rooms, that 2 more keys, and get inside of here. And if you waste, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, so that's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 keys so far, and it's easier to track like this with different colors. We have kinda V-shape out of keys. I need to make it possible. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 6. Yeah, that's the exact amount I need. So that's the basic level. Now we have to make it work. With this kind of speed, I don't think I need slowdowns. And the problem with QBASIC is that, yeah, you have this sleep function, but it only works with integers, so that's like 1 second, 2 seconds. I can't set up a delay which is like 100 milliseconds or something like that. I can just put a lot of empty cycles, but obviously it's not very predictable. But we have to work with what we have already available, so yeah. Let me see, and some logic comes here. And also the problem with QBASIC is that keyboard buffer is not being emptied, so if you hit some keys, they will be stored until they will be used. So don't spam on your keyboard too much, or you will make decisions which you will regret. Sleep just waits until it freezes the time for 1 second. If you sleep 1, that's 1 second pause, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, but you can't do, for example, 0.1 second. And that's kinda disappointing. I guess I could have QBASIC 64 if it have more advanced delays, but I wanted to put original experience first, and maybe on the second stream I will actually put it into there. With DOSBOX I just have one window, and even counting that it's switching resolutions, it just you know, windowed mode, so it's not screwing up, it's not reinitializing the whole screen, so it works with OBS just fine. I'm not sure that I could make QB64 work if it has different windows from for actual runtime and IDE, because I don't want to have to constantly switch scenes. So yeah, and if key equals like probably Q, right? Or Q, then go to quit, so we will not go stuck, and save once again. And so I don't have to use cursor keys, I will just use WASD. Let's set up a basic structure. Or actually, yeah, for this sort of stuff, we want to have another select case. Probably. And select. And now we can set up some stuff right here. So can I just put ORs over here? I don't remember. Is maybe? Let's test it, because I want to have both cases. Yeah, it works. It seems, at least initially. So that's up. Down. Maybe I should actually comment it, so it will be obvious. Actually, I wanted the other way around. So it would be plus coordinate, or yeah. So we'll switch it like that. Like plus minus plus minus. So that's like right and left. So if I believe you should use like that, because screen returns you just a code and I need an actual symbol. It's much easier to work with. And that's like screen function. What the order? Is it just like in locate or the other way around? I don't remember if it's consistent. Row, yeah, it is. Okay, that helps. And yeah, we need another stuff, another portion, which is player X. And by the way, what's the coordinate of that? And player Y. So that's 13. And 29. And here we have 40 and 20. It's like 21 roughly. So like that. Oh yeah, of course I haven't finished. Player Y, that's down, +1. Player X equals, well, actually, since I have this wall, is not equals wall, that it's all right. Then we have player Y equals player Y +1. Yeah, in Visual Basic I would just do player Y plus equals 1, but you can't do that here. So for the moment it will work like that for everything. I want to get our guy running around, and then I will probably finish the stream, and maybe I will stream later like the second part. I don't believe I will be able to make a whole game in one stream, and I'm already, my voice is not exactly okay with me streaming over 3 hours. Type mismatch. So I can't use like ors here. I mean, it's not a huge deal. I can just for now ignore that, right? Or actually, instead of deleting everything, let's double comment it out. Let me see if it's now okay. Yeah. Yeah, we are not printing anything. I forgot about that. And here can actually locate player Y, player X. By the way, I need old coordinates, right? Before doing anything. Yeah, because I need to delete a previous thing, I believe. So let's set up this here for the moment. Player X old, player X, and player Y old equals player Y for the moment being. Now that we have something, and here before we will actually change it, and if like that, I want to work it in a slightly other way. Yeah, actually I want to just copy that from above. It's exactly the same construction. That DOSBOX. Of course it's pretty ancient. So like here, just shift it so we could have something with this visual nesting. Yeah, that's alright. I want to push everything. With all of those and ifs, because I need more than one command. Now we can actually no, that's not the proper way of doing things. I guess I can just, instead of doing that every time, I can do that in the beginning, right? That will not be wrong. No, if I will do that every time, then your character will be blinking, because if you are staying on at one place, at one position, it will be constantly deleting it and then writing it again. So actually maybe it makes sense. So I will do that, and now I can see if at least basics will work. No, actually they don't. Because I've forgotten about one thing, I believe. Yeah, I haven't fixed anything. So that's minus, that's minus, that's supposed to be X. And don't forget about here, and I said here, and I want to switch it like that, and oh no, I'm an idiot. I'm just not very careful. Like that, now it's alright. I think. Let me see. That's just some nostalgia. It's not really useful. I don't believe anyone will run this. I mean, if I will finish this sort of air quotes game, end of air quotes, I can put it on my website or in a paste bin if really needed. But I don't believe it's interesting to anyone. But I'm just, yeah, that's something in developing all this quite simplistic but somehow attractive, at least to me, all these pieces. I have a couple different things. In other environments, I believe I still have what was called, not Dark Basic, Blitz 3D, I guess, the Direct 7 based thing, which I called it like out of primitives, some wonky thing, not a game, just like walking around, and I bodged together a couple houses with some copyrighted music and images and textures. I think I still have it. Maybe I'll show it to you at the end of this stream, like in 10 minutes or 15 minutes. So yeah, but now I want to see why aren't we moving around, like I'm pressing the keys, and that's your S, W. I'm not that blind. Yeah, that's supposed to work, right? Plus, if character below is not a wall, then we copy in old, well, current coordinates to old coordinates, and then pushing our player to the bottom. Let me print this. Okay, I want to see coordinates in real time. Like maybe here. And chords. Yeah, X, that will do. Where X, and then like maybe, yeah, equals. That's the right way. Where Y. Now we could supposedly track it. It actually changes. Yeah, it's not... okay. So at least this stuff is kind of working. Kinda. Let me see. Oh yeah, of course, I'm an idiot. I will repeat this phrase a lot more times, you know. Because I really am a player. And yeah, after that we want to locate player, yes, old y and player old x, and then print just this. And I don't actually need yeah, I don't think I need this. I want to have it in a fancier way. So I could actually just copy that, paste that, and put it into 20. That will work. Oh no. Oh yeah, that's not exactly right. Illegal function call. Why is it illegal? Oh yeah, of course. I have it other way around. Excellent. Like this. Oh yeah, that's supposed to be fixed like if I know what to do. If player x equals player x old and player y equals, or actually probably y old, yeah, I guess. Oh yeah, I know, we can just do it the other way around. Then nothing but else in all other cases. Not to make yeah, probably. Let me see. Yeah. For now we're just overwriting stuff. Let me see. That's strange. Left is not doing that well. For some whatever weird reason. It somewhat works, so that's something. But I can't go back. What the? Yeah, something is not being read correctly. And it seems to be quite random, because here it's not overwritten. Probably I made a mistake with those coordinates. Let me see. Left. Oh yeah, of course I made a mistake here. I don't want any diagonal movement. Now it should work okay. It still blinks if I am not moving. That's kinda a problem. I guess I have to make another if or case to avoid that, but that's not bad, that's not terrible. Now we have something that works as it's supposed to work, well, mostly. So that's the first part of the live stream. Then we have to interpret all these characters and supposedly not just make it delete on screen, but actually track our changes to the array. You know, if we are deleting the star, then we have to write to an array that we have deleted it. I think that's not a bad thing. And maybe it will be easier. Still, I have to like make maybe different coordinates and variables for stars and stuff like that to find them easily. I have to think about that in between on our streams. But for now, it's already quite something. I just have to color it. It's not supposed to be, obviously, of this color. So I want to push it slightly. That's interface, that's actual movement, and color player color, I guess, if it's correct. Yeah, now it's all right. And I want to make interaction to kinda put it upgrade it to a better level, because right now I'm just trying to not get stuck into walls, like, and I want to get to be able to actually pick up keys and check that stuff and unlock doors, and yeah. If I will remember about, if I will decide to actually implement enemies, then I will have to make this piece of code for enemies as well, so they will not destroy a key by just walking over it and deleting it. But yeah, where we have it else. Well, let's see. So it still should avoid of blinking it, but it's not doing it. No, I'm not reprinting the whole world. I'm just printing the world right here, and then in this engine cycle I'm analyzing what key is pressed, and then I'm changing coordinates. Like if you press down, then I'll check if there is a wall downwards, and if there is no walls, I will actually update your coordinate, and I will push, before that I will push the old coordinates to old variables, so I know what the previous coordinates were, and then I will delete player character at old coordinates and write it in an updated space. So that means that it thinks that it's different. right? Let me restart it once again. Why is not printed Y actually? Is it incorrectly set up? Oh yeah, I have this in the incorrect place, I think. Let me see. Yeah, it's supposed to be here. And here we have actually completely... Oh no. Actually. Oh yeah, I have different thing, right? Else, where do we have our character? Yeah, I screwed it up slightly. I want this piece actually to be right here. Then I can delete that. It's useless over there. And now I can move up. No, that was a mistake. This, and now it will supposedly work. Yeah, it's not blinking anymore. So yeah, that's the beginning of my crawler, and hopefully it will work. I guess I at some point would have to recode the way it interacts with stuff, but for now we have something that moves. Checking our coordinates, everything is typed in color that is actually supposed to be used, not just all gray or all white. And now I want to check out some other stuff I don't remember. Let me switch this over here. Yeah, I need to unlock my stuff, and I will obviously save. I don't want to lose this progress after all. Now I can close it, and now I will try to go to one thing of mine. I believe I have it in the file browser, file manager. Probably, maybe not. I had it before, maybe I closed it. Let me see, let's drive E. I had one thing that I wanted to show to you. Nothing complicated, but well, it's 3D. Doesn't mean much, but still. I guess it's not here. Maybe some old temps of mine, temp folders, which are not that temporary anymore, but you know. Let me see. It's marks. No, I believe it should be. No, not here. Maybe it's in personal still, just in a different section. No. What about... Is that a good idea? No, that's kind of too much. I believe I had it somewhere. I just don't remember anymore. I think this may be it. Let me see. If I have actual programs here. That installs and archives. And I have QB64. Oh yeah, I think I found it. So I have this XNA Visual Basic stuff that I called it some alpha version of old. Let me first check it. Yeah, that just, I mean, it full screen, so yeah, I don't think I can recompile it. I'm not even sure that I have the right. I will show you anyway this sort of stuff. Let me change properties and this thing, and I will quickly walk around to show it to you. I will not be won't be able to see chat because I have only one monitor, but I think it's worth checking out. So maybe, just maybe, you are able to see me, and maybe I will launch Twitch on my phone to be able to read my own chat. So can I like watch myself? Okay, now I have to quickly disable. How do I make it freaking ads, even though I don't have any monetization? Can't switch anything. Okay, at least I see chat. Hopefully it will not screw up my stream too much. So we have this sort of stuff. Everything is hand-drawn, and I have like two sets of screens, like fighting sequence, that doesn't work because I wanted to generate random sets of enemies, like random parties of enemies, and for some reason they will just not work correctly. But I have this, you know, you see fight detect sequence to the right, and it raises on some value every time you moving around, and if it will reach 8 at this point, you will start fight if the area is marked as hostile area. So you would enter this sequence, and you would have these commands and enemies, but sadly the interaction with enemies doesn't exactly work. Because I'm an idiot, you know. I can handle this stuff apparently, but that was fun to mess with. And as you can see, the level is bigger, it's larger than the screen. So if you move to the corner, it will actually scroll. And yeah, that was somewhat interesting to put together. It's not something sophisticated, but still. And XNA is not a proper engine, it's just a framework to make stuff a little bit easier. But that's the last alpha version that I had. VisualBasic.net with XNA framework. It uses DirectX and obviously .NET framework. Yeah, so that's that. I mean, it's really basic, and I'm using exactly the same like square sprites, but it's still something, right? And sprites are not looking that badly. I mean, they are pretty terrible, but they are not completely terrible. Yeah, I'll just explore slightly this level. If you want, I can actually upload it to somewhere. I don't believe anyone will need it in his or her life, but yeah, that stuff. How do you exit? Q, exit, yeah, escape. So that was that. And now actually try to find. And here I have not hard-coded into code levels, but data files, which are basically a lot of numbers. Like 0 is empty space and 1 is wall, and like some other numbers, something else. And I have 2 numbers in the beginning of the file, which are specifying dimensions of our level. So that was somewhat interesting for me. Let me see, what music do I have here? Yeah, I think it's all Creative Commons in this case, so I will actually try to show you my box walker. It probably will be pretty loud, so I will try to like minus 10 decibels for stereo mix instead of just -5. Is it the latest? Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, it's pretty fucking loud. I muted it to actually set it up. That's a simple box walking thing where you have to just get enough boxes in time. So here, can it capture it or not? Doesn't look like it. That's strange. Maybe I'll just add like display capture. What else do we have? Window capture, right? Okay. So no. I have to stretch it. Everything going live. So yeah, it's not exactly ideal. Fit to screen. Yeah, now it's clean. And now I will restart it so you could see it from the beginning. Escape. Unmute sound and tell me if it's too loud. Hey, Avarian game, that is actually somewhat playable. I believe I even patched it at some point to destroy all objects, because I forgot about it initially, and the problem was that after every level they would sit in memory and everything would slow down eventually to insane level. Now I'm supposedly deleting everything, but yeah, you see that, press enter to start. And those are your boxes. Each box gives you 1 second, I think, or something like that. So you can still get everything. And it's actually 3D. Yeah, that just cycled through that. So actually box positions are getting randomly generated. You have to just get 20 of them. Yeah, no fancy effects, but yeah, no, it was nice to put something together. If you're interested in this source, or actually, do I have source code? I have executable, so I can put that, and that's not XNA, that's just Blitz 3D. so you just run it and it works. You don't need frameworks for it, any sort of standalones. Just unpack it and it runs. Music is pretty good as well. I have a text file which specifies which music I used and all this kind of stuff. Yeah, so that was one of those things. Yeah, that sounds pretty wholesome. Kinda optimistic. So let's exit once again, and maybe I will find the other thing, actually. That's not right. Let's roguelike. Done. No, thank you. Blitz 3D, it's like its own thing. Basically, they made their version of BASIC with support of graphic functions for sprites and for some functions for sound and like that. It's really primitive, and IDE is pretty terrible, you know, but it worked. So I messed with it for some time, and then I realized that it actually sucks. But yeah, you can get a couple things together, even with that. So what kind of sources do we have here? It's BB. Okay, so I can just probably scrap. Let me see. All projects, Blitz 3D. Oh yeah, I think I found it. H3. The last version of it probably has old copyrights that are not exactly correct anymore. I just want to see if I changed the music, because I had the copyrighted image before. Oh, Ryan. Yeah, Ryan, I believe I have this his permission. So let me mute it once again to set it up properly. And I will show you another thing in Blitz 3D, which is useless, but it was amusing at the time. Oh, it's like works like that. Alright, so that's current window. It makes things slightly easier, but at the same time not exactly. Well, I will show it to you anyway. Everything made out of boxes, textured boxes, and I had no idea how to put different textures in here to different sizes, to different sides of this box. So as you can see here, it's just terribly compressed, and my jumping mechanics actually sucks a lot. So yeah, you can kinda crawl, but it's not exactly go in the right place. Like if you just walk like that, it can't go higher, because I had no idea and still have no idea how do you like push object towards the slope, like upwards, limiting it just judging by the angle. But this couple of things are made out of the same primitives, and I have a procedure that can put it into like 90-degree angle. That's random picture from the internet. Hopefully no one is against it. That's just a blue texture, slightly transparent. I could replace the picture, you know, but it's not really serious. You can put any wallpaper. I guess it's, in this case it was like 1280 by 800 pixels. Maybe we can even like do that. Yeah. We are technically a bubble, and everything covered. Well, everything is located inside of a bubble, which is, you can probably see this kind of very faint circle, so it's almost transparent, so you could see the light, but it's not transparent, so you could just see that you can't endlessly move in that direction. You'll just be stopped, and the plane should be technically limitless, well, until the memory runs out. But I just wanted to limit it so it would make some sort of sense. You see a link to my old website. At the time I wasn't able to actually pay for a proper hosting, so I had various other like names and hostings which weren't exactly good. Like, for example, you couldn't link your files on other place. Like, if you would refer to a file on your hosting, it would just not show it like a picture, an archive. It would just be able to push it to you if you are downloading it from your exact website. So eventually I pushed everything to a proper web hosting, which is localhost.com, I think I use, which is not too expensive and works for me. I don't have a lot of load. So yeah, that's another thing I wanted to show you in the end of the live stream. That's kinda half-assed, but it was kind of fun to implement at some point. And the music is by Ryan. Let me... no, it locks. Yeah, I forgot. I have to close it. This guy made the music. He's awesome. So yeah, that was my kind of sort of stream. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and I will upload these pieces to my website and will post the link so you could download it if you want. And I will stream more Terraria with Suburban Fox 8 PM my local time, which is UTC+3. Yeah, tomorrow on Sunday. And maybe I will find some time to stream more of this development sort of stuff to actually finish this piece of code, and maybe I will like rewrite this algorithm when it comes to actual interpretation of how do you interact with stuff, because I feel like it works, but when I will add more things it won't be working anymore, especially for different players. So yeah, thank you for watching. It was quite amazing actually to watch that a few people was joining along the stream during the stream, and yeah, see you later. Bye.